Yeah, it's just definitely a new like update. Okay. Okay,
All
cool.
right.
Yeah, so discuss the book, show and tell, and then upcoming items, etc. So FYI, we talk about spoilers in this chat. There's like 6 to 8 weeks to read the book. So if you haven't finished it, then you can either step out or just accept that the book might be spoiled for you. So that's full disclosure here, before we begin.
Oh, your annotations are still there.
Oh, that's
I'm sure I could
annoying.
probably. Can I clear?
All right, wow.
There we go.
Anyway, so who in this chat read the book? Or does anyone want to speak on what they thought about the book, what they rated, overall impressions before we get into the details? We can always do like a before our chat overall impression and then after our chat because sometimes it changes. Um, so we can start with like maybe running like a little poll of like what we rated it. I don't know, before we actually are feel influenced by others. So let's do like a, I don't know, we've never done this before, but let's do a poll right now and just say like what you rated it before we discuss anything else. You can add a poll when you're right.
I'm sure you can, but I worry that I would stop sharing if I click on anything else.
Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, I can do it. All right, give me a second.
Yeah, there have been a couple times for anyone that is new here. There have been a couple times
Oh, there's a
where I go
rating
into
one.
it saying, I love this book. And then by the end of it, I question whether I actually hated it or not. So
I know. Okay, so it just says like strongly agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. You know what that means. Like it's 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. So okay. So strongly agree just means like loved it, that's 5, and then strongly disagree means dislike the book. You guys can see it, right?
I can't see anything. Though everyone in chat is doing number out of 5.
All right, well, then should I just exit out of this? Because I don't know what's happening.
It looks like
Oh, okay. There we go.
4 out of 5 is the consensus.
Okay. Okay.
We'll see if we can make that go away. Lower it a little.
Oh my God. Stop. No, this is actually one of my favorite books of the year. So I rated it a 5, which I don't know what that says about me, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess I did not read the book, so I'm fine with it being spoiled. So I'm going to be asking questions from the point of view of I have no idea what's going on, but I'm not going to be annoying about it. So everyone who rated it 4 out of 5, and you, Taylor, who rated it 5 out of 5, what was y'all's overall impression of it? Like, what made you want to say it was so highly rated?
Well, I'll jump on the blade and go first. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed this one. And I listened to it because I listened to probably 95% of the books that I read. So it was a good listen because the narrator was a good one, but or the voice actor, I'm not sure what the correct term is. But I also really enjoyed the fact that it kept me guessing for quite a long time about what actually happened, but it still made sense in the end. And that doesn't happen often. So that's me.
Interesting. So does that mean that you had a different guess as you read it, and at the end it was something that you didn't guess at all, but it still satisfied the
Yeah, so
experience?
as the story went on, I had ideas about what was going on and like who the actual who done it might have been. Um, and then the end where you've actually find out what did happen. I thought it was a little bit abrupt because I didn't see any of that like foreshadowing or any of that information ahead of time, but I think there was probably like some really subtle hints that I just completely missed. I don't know. So
Yeah, I actually did kind of predict who did it, but I didn't feel like the mystery aspect was like I mean, it was such a big part of the book, but like there were so many other features of the book that I really loved as well. So, and I
Yeah.
never ever predict mysteries right ever. I feel like I don't know.
I agree. I'm someone who mostly just goes on how am I feeling while I'm reading the book, and I'm
Yeah.
not trying to like dissect the literary aspects and everything. So for me, I thought it was like a 4.5, 5. I would probably knock it half a star just because I agree that it was kind of abrupt, the ending. I felt like the loose ends didn't get tied up as much as I would have liked. But overall, I liked the messages of like women empowerment and just kind of finding your own space in the world, that kind of thing.
and there were quilts. Let's not forget about the fact that there were quilts involved.
There were
She was
quotes.
making wedding ring quilts, so like that's a lot.
I don't know how
Right.
she had time to do anything
Yeah.
in her life, and the fact that she was also making like without a sewing machine, just hand
Yeah.
stitching these wedding. Like when?
Yeah.
Um,
I'll go next if that's okay.
yeah, go.
I really enjoyed it. I thought the pacing and like it really kept you in the story. It felt very immersive. There was a few times where I sort of got taken out of the story just wondering like, is this like it felt very much like uh a telling of 1790s Maine that we in 2024 want to hear. Like some of the stuff about the women's rights things and her being able to be the social outcast and like not that she wasn't the social outcast, but she was like reaching out to the social outcast. Some of it I was like, would this really have happened? Like this doesn't feel realistic to what things would have been like back then. But I really enjoyed it. I also was sort of curious how like midwives would feel about it and like was it true to midwifery. And I have a dear friend who is a midwife, and I after I finished it I was like, hey, I finished this book, I want to give it to you if you want it. And she's like, oh yes, I haven't read it but a bunch of my midwife friends have read it and they love it. So I was like, okay, cool, passes the vibe check on midwives like feeling like it's realistic. So I was waiting to send it to her until after tonight, and so tomorrow I'm gonna go to the post office and package it up and mail it to her. So yeah. But I enjoyed it. I liked that it was based on semi-historical stuff.
Yeah.
Real person. That was
Yeah,
cool.
I think if you read the author's note at the end, that really helps to just put it all into perspective and see like the changes she made, and that things would have taken a bit longer in real world, but
Real life.
for her purposes she just kind of truncated everything into the story. But it was also just about the things that did, just like you were saying, that took me out was just like these random famous historical figures just popping in here and there, and I was like, okay, sure. Paul Revere, whatever.
Yeah, those, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I also I really just enjoyed like I felt like even just a simple life aspect of it, like it wasn't always like intense when she was just describing like her day to day and all of that. Like, I don't know, I guess I find that time period really interesting. So I'm drawn to books that take place in that era, but yeah, I couldn't put it down, so I don't know. To me, if I
Yeah,
can't
like,
put
I
it down,
really
it's good
enjoyed it
books.
while I was reading, but like the ending kind of like it it felt like the author had like some sort of vendetta or something. Like the climax where she like attacks him was just kind of like ridiculous to me, and kind of like
Yeah.
made the rest of the book like not ring true anymore because it was just like so gratuitously ridiculous.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. I mean, I guess if no
Well,
one else
you'll get
has,
a nice
I'll get a nice what?
surprise when you find out the climax of the book.
Oh yeah, after we go through stories, or after we go through all the questions, I feel like with all of the information that I get, I'll probably ask like a final, like, okay, what was this book about? But who knows? I may find out as we go.
What was this book about?
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Context clues. I'm learning.
I think, wait, there's another quote that I had in here. Was there a quote about without
Possibly. If you
without
go
like
back,
women taking a diary, or without women basically keeping a diary, then essentially a lot of women's history would just be lost and no one would even know about it. Something of that nature. So it's like really key, like, I mean, we don't even know that much about her life, but imagine if she had never even written this diary at all, like who would we have even known who she was at all? Um,
yeah, I guess that makes sense because it's hard to figure out what's, I mean, even in a diary, it's going to be hard to figure out what's impartial and what's not true versus what is true, but it's all from a perspective of someone. And so I guess that would be the important part of
yeah,
a
and
diary.
the way she writes her in her diary is no emotion. She just writes like Cindy Lou gave birth today at 5 p.m. No problems. It was cold and raining out. And that's it. Like, so she doesn't like, there's no fluff at all. And the author's note, she talks about this. But yeah, so it was just like very straight and to the point, the way she like kept notes and stuff, and probably helped her really stay consistent as well, because she didn't have to overthink it at all.
Honestly, to me, it felt like it was more of like a patient chart more than anything else.
Yeah.
Like it was more related to her profession more so than anything else. So
Yeah.
I concur with that because I'm a nurse.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a nurse was writing a note about. Yeah.
Did it have abbreviations in it or was it like regular language? Like abbreviations
author's
for
note
like
said-
medical stuff.
It was actually more
Not
formal
really.
than what the speaking voice was. Because it would say,
Okay.
like, instead of saying, so one of the characters, his name is Joseph North, but in her diary, she would say Colonel North.
I see.
Like,
Okay.
she would use like proper titles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting because when like she goes to the home of like one of her, where she's helping someone give birth, she refers to it as Colonel North's home. And then like, because that time period, not like, oh, I'm going to this woman's house,
I'm going to my bro's house.
I honestly was I feel like I was inspired to keep more of like a daily log type of book. I have like a journal that I write in, but I feel like it's mostly just feelings and just like writing to get stuff out. But I definitely don't keep like a log like similar to that style. And it did make me, I don't know, kind of inspired to keep some type of daily log that would be fun to reference. I don't know.
I think I've
Yeah,
seen some
I
journals that are like one sentence a day type of thing.
Yeah.
that's
like
kind of
it's
like what
not-
hers were.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
think they
was very
make
like
those.
short and quick. It wasn't even like some like it would like Taylor said, it was just like cold. I was at
Yeah.
home. Person gave
Yeah.
birth.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Like,
no, I've never really had a journal, but what I think like is so common today is that we use our like camera rolls as our journals. You know, it's just like how many pictures do you take a day that don't end up going anywhere? It's just like, oh, you just go look back at it.
yeah.
You just look at them like I'll just take a picture of my dog every day and just be like, oh, we did that. But
Even
it doesn't get posted
screenshots.
anywhere. Yeah, and
Yeah.
screenshots too, exactly.
Yeah. Like appointment confirmation screenshots and like this like product that I found on this website and then a picture of my cat and then like, like
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely view
Your
my
digital
That
camera
is
roll
true.
footprint
as that.
is your journal. It's being logged all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like
mine
I've
goes
never
back
kept
and
a
oop,
oh sorry. No, you can go ahead.
Oh, I should say my photo log goes back and forth between quilts, dogs, and pictures of piping and documentation from site visits for work. Like it's very like weird. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've never really kept a diary. I've tried to start and then just I don't know if it's I like the idea of a journal or a diary because I like the act of writing with a pen on paper. But once it becomes something that I have to do, like if I'm missing days, I feel guilty about it. And then I all of a sudden like just push it away and I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I'll do it for like maybe a week and then I don't do it anymore.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess I keep a journal, but it's not like, oh, let me like I will like have some days where I like write paragraphs and then some days where it's just like a to-do list. Like I combine everything into one notebook, whether it's my to-do list, my random notes that I'm taking, ideas. So like I have like
A
15
life journal.
moleskins that are like complete. Yeah, like I have like 15 moleskins since like college that are all just filled with like random nonsense. And then there'll be like a random like 3 pages of just like something traumatic happens in my life and I need to like write it all down.
And then the next one is
Mix in
like
with like, here's my
bread,
grocery list.
eggs. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
We're
of
just
my
gonna
grocery
move.
list.
Oh, that's really funny.
So
Imagine
I
a
guess I
historian in
do.
the future finding your notebooks and they're like, this life was chaotic.
Yeah. It's like incomplete thoughts, just nonstop. Yeah,
Oh
so I don't
man,
know. I guess I've always done it, but I don't like calling it like a diary. It's just like, I don't know.
a journal.
Yeah, sure.
All right, next question.
No, it's the last question. And sorry, that was blunt, but I just feel that way. And then I was really surprised by, I guess I didn't really know much about how the law and court and all that worked during the 18th century, and I never really, you know, looked into it. So I was interested in that. Seems like a lot more complicated. Um, I don't know.
I was struck by how much faster it moves than it does now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're gonna do this hearing next month. Wait, not like 6 months down the road? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like you find out that day.
Right.
Well,
12 minutes of
I mean,
jury
in some cases.
deliberation.
Yeah, they probably just like gave like a 1-minute speech and then that was it. Like, all right, let's decide.
I mean, they didn't really have evidence or anything back then.
Yeah, like what really were they?
Vibes. They presented
They
their
basically were
feelings.
required, they had to have someone, like an actual witness to a murder or rape for it to be actually convicted. So, and I mean, it's not, I feel like it's not, it still like applies in today's standards a lot of the time. I don't know, there are rape kits and stuff, but the ability to like get a rape kit or the logistics of it aren't always feasible or make sense or can happen, or sometimes people are in shame and don't want to do that. And if if you don't do that right away, then it's you know, that's like the main piece of evidence. So then it becomes he said, she said, because a lot of people make sure there's not a witness if they're raping someone. So, and even if there is, that doesn't even mean anything. I don't know.
Yeah. It's interesting though, the way that you're talking about how, or what you learned in the process of 18th century judicial stuff. Feels like I've been wondering if it was going to go back in time, essentially, with modern stuff, with how dependent everyone is becoming on video footage and photo evidence and stuff. And so it's like, if there isn't, for instance, you get in a car accident and there isn't a dash cam, they're not going to believe you because they're relying so heavily on video footage now instead of what used to happen before dash cams. And so it's like, well, we have the ability to have this this better proof. And so without it, it's like, well,
Yeah.
it's just everyone's fault then. Like, we can't really put blame on it because we don't know. And I don't believe anyone's story. So like, no one's at fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this took place over 200 years ago, but there are still a lot of aspects that still apply to today in terms of how women are treated and how they're believed in these
Yeah.
kind of legal situations. But, like you guys are saying, some things have helped advance that, but in aspects where, like, in cases where there isn't enough, official concrete proof, it's still a lot of hearsay, and unfortunately, men still seem to be a step ahead in those situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, the burden is for some reason always put on the victim side rather than the burden being put on the person, which feels like a very obvious, like they did it side, but
Yeah. It's also crazy because it's like even if you have a witness and there's proof and you do the rape kit and all that stuff, then they could have a good enough lawyer that nothing happens at all. So
yeah.
yeah.
This sounds like a fantastic book, just happy times all around.
Yeah, I wouldn't read it as like a pick me
Well,
up.
that's why she cut his penis off at the end, okay? Because she was angry.
Oh my God. Is that why you guys believe that it ended abruptly?
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, that was my
that's
like
part of it.
weird issue with it. Like, oh, she just happened to like swing the knife so that it like cut his penis off. Like, what?
Yeah.
perfectly, like
mean-
didn't injure him in any other way, just cleanly cut his penis off.
I was upset that that didn't actually happen in real life. Like that was one of the not true events. So
I think that you know, they named that knife Revenge at the beginning of the story, and like it's like a Chekhov's gun kind of thing. Like something
Yeah.
had to have happened with that knife, so like she
Yeah.
had to do it. It wouldn't have, you know, made literary sense otherwise.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, she could have stabbed him in the thigh, but
But it
But
was
it's
a
also-
curved blade.
And the other thing I was
Oh,
curious,
mhm.
like no one questioned why he was at their house like doing woodworking at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
because he didn't want to. Yeah, even if they did question, he was like, "Yeah, that I did that because he didn't want to admit that he got his dick chopped off
Yeah.
by this woman."
I guess so. But that was just
And
my
I don't
thing.
think
I
he
was
wanted
like,
to admit that.
no one even wanted to question it even a little bit. Everyone just said, okay.
No,
Yeah,
because I
why
think
was he
he-
woodworking with
while.
no pants
I
on?
think he only talked to that one person, to the doctor. He only went to the doctor and then told everyone else he
Yeah.
was sick after. So only the
Yeah,
doctor
yeah,
knew.
that's true. That's
So
true,
that's why
true.
no one questioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like
Yeah,
to address
everyone
the
thought he was
pants,
just-
the pants part. Like, how did
I
this
think he put
happen?
her. He put. Oh, well, no, because he was trying to rape her, and then so his pants were down.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
But like,
okay,
if
that
for the
makes more sense.
woodworking story, like, why would you be woodworking with no pants? Like that was.
Yeah.
Maybe he was in a
Oh,
kilt.
that yeah.
You
Well,
just
it could
pull the
probably
kilt
still
up.
happen without. I think the whole thing was like, it could still happen if you didn't have an apron on, but you'd have to be wearing really loose pants.
Yeah. The knife was
And like
just
really
that
specific
sharp.
aim.
It was that sharp.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short. Yeah, we kind of talked about this.
So the author's note, I assume that came at the end of the book, not the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I guess what about it would change your evaluation?
She kind of basically went through what was real and what was like what was
Mm.
factual, what was fiction, and like what liberties she took to advance the story herself. And then yeah, that was kind of the gist of the author's note. So
One thing that
I
was
found it really
interesting,
interesting.
yeah, I liked the author's note, but one thing that was interesting is that Martha was, what was she, the great or the aunt of something, she was related to Clara Barton, who is like
Yeah.
a very pivotal healthcare figure, like one of the first female whatever. But that was cool. And like that's a real life
Yeah.
association.
I think there was actually two more women after
Oh,
her
she founded
that she
the
was
the Red
related to,
American
but-
Red Cross. That's what she did.
Oh.
So
And
yeah,
I mean, she also did give birth to 1,000 babies without losing one, which is insane. That doesn't even happen in modern medicine.
Wait, she birthed?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it does.
She helped with the birth, or she herself
yeah,
birthed
yeah.
them? Oh, okay.
She
She
gave
helped
birth to
her.
1,000 babies.
I was like, how does that even happen?
I mean, she did have like 9
She's
kids.
1,000
so
years old.
she did her work.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she assisted in the birth of 1,000 babies without
Yeah.
losing one. So pretty awesome woman, you know. It was cool. And my
So, I
friends
guess-
just brought what? Go.
If I guess I missed the part if it did or did not change the evaluation of this person's life for both of you guys that read the author's note and liked it.
Well, it's hard to tell because I feel like little is known about her besides her diary. So we don't really know like her personality or like I don't know. I guess,
Yeah,
you know,
it
it
didn't
didn't
go
really
into
change
like a
my
lot of that.
perspective.
Yeah, it was mostly just
Yeah.
like historical. I don't think it really changes much about the story. You know, the story, again, I just read on vibes, so I still enjoyed it, and the author's note just gave some extra little tidbits that I was like, oh, cool.
I think if there would have
Yeah.
been like a based on a true story at the beginning, I think I would have liked it more
Yes.
than just reading it like right at the very end and then kind of her being like, okay, so the journal's real, but a lot of the other things I was filling in like a lot of blanks. So I feel like I was like amazed that it was like based off a true story. So that like made me like it more. But then I'm kind of with you on the ending of it, felt like really rushed and was like honestly kind of random almost, where it seemed like they could have gone a couple other ways that would have made a little bit more sense to actually Martha's life.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I just assume all historical fiction is based off of a true story. Is that not accurate?
It doesn't have to be. It could just be historically relevant
Like-
in like the time.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
just with like the backdrop of a certain historical event, but it doesn't actually
Okay.
center
Yeah.
on it
It's all made up.
sometimes. Like
Yeah.
if you want a really great historical fiction writer, Ruta Sepetys is, I really like her books. They're a little more young adult, but I would still recommend them to like anyone. But they're not
Cool.
cheery stories. So just be
Yeah.
prepared for that.
I feel like most historical fiction aren't not super.
Yeah. I was just thinking that
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
makes you wonder if anything in history that was worth writing about, is it ever happy?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Megan, can you put that in the
Yeah.
chat?
Sure.
Is that
Yeah.
what there is?
Ruta. Let me double check the spelling.
I think this is a very relevant question right now with what is happening.
Oh,
Oh. It is very relevant.
mm,
I mean, sometimes things don't get done ever without a little.
Yeah, I mean, this makes it
I don't know.
what without the current events that are happening, what this would make me think of is the dad goes and harms the attacker of his daughter or something because the person got off scot-free in
mm.
court.
I mean, that's kind of like what does happen ultimately. The people that do kill him is because they're protecting or outraged because he raped either their sister, their wife, or were trying to. So that is why he was murdered, and then she cut his penis off because, you know, obviously the judicial system failed to.
Yeah, because he got off on like he was
He got
acquitted
acquitted
of
for
the rape
everything.
charges. So then he was able to just walk free, and then
Yeah.
there wasn't really a lot of I don't know if there was a lot of follow up on the murder charges, but
Because I think at that time it's like pretty much just things. If they're acquitted, then that's that. Like it's not.
yeah, but yeah. So and he just like was walking free, and Martha just wasn't having it. She said, "Not today."
Yeah, and honestly, in the author's note, she does discuss that the actual rapes that happened were worse than what she wrote in the book. So those were all very real, and well, we don't even know if the one guy was murdered, but we can just pretend like he was. Yeah, so they were worse than, you know, she wrote about. She was like, I couldn't even actually write about what was, you know, what actually happened. So, yeah.
I mean, from a person who did not read the book, my logical brain tells me that it does undermine the rule of law. And it I think of the whole like it doesn't matter if I get in trouble because this good thing is going to happen to me type of view of it. So like that aspect of it, I would not want to continue to happen. So like it saying that whatever happens in court like does not matter can lead to chaos in multiple avenues, I think,
Yeah.
not just in this one. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
there are cases where I feel like it unfortunately could be seen as justified, but it's like, is one bad seed going to ruin it for all type of mentality? And it's unfair and hard to move forward with that logic, knowing that like it means that some bad things can get by
Yeah.
without
Yeah, no,
punishing all the good
as much
people.
as you feel like something's justified, at the end of the day, I mean, two wrongs don't make a right. That's the same, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I'm trying
Definitely
to keep
cause some
everyone
bloodshed.
out of jail. Please do not act on anything. Okay, last one.
I mean, this is kind of goes along with the same, theme.
Yeah. I added this little chart in here because it made me think of this. But
Yeah.
when someone is so lawfully good that they're willing to do bad things to make sure that the rules are followed, it doesn't always mean that it's good.
Yeah.
Or I guess that would be lawfully evil. Sorry, lawfully
I
evil.
think
You're
in this
willing to do
case,
the bad stuff.
like in regards to Martha and Lydia North, because Lydia North, she was just being persecuted because she was the husband of Joseph and didn't want to speak against him in court. She like lied in court to make him seem innocent.
Yeah.
So Martha was like, well, then I'm going to punish you too. But Lydia North didn't really do anything other than that. Like obviously lying in court is not great, but she was a woman in 17 whatever. So she knew that,
With a husband that was a rapist. So what was,
yeah. So she was like, well, I don't think this isn't going to work out for me either way.
yeah,
basically.
like who knows what would have gone, even if she wanted to say no, who knows what would have happened to her
Yeah.
or what he would have
But
done to
then,
her if, if she talked out.
so like refusing to give her the medicine is a gray area, right? Because it's just like, well, in one aspect, Martha isn't a modern trained professional. She didn't sign any Hippocratic oath. Like she can kind of just do what she wants in that respect. But at the same time, like her other actions contradict that she didn't give the medicine. So then she corrects it in the end, but it's
Yeah,
just
she
like,
does correct it.
yeah, she like flip-flops on her morality and then they have another character called Doctor, who's another like medicine woman, but she's Black, so she's not as accepted in the community. And through that character, Martha learns like a better moral compass and is like, okay, I shouldn't have refused that. And so you have like other characters come into play. So it's gray for me.
Yeah. I feel like my first instinct, unfortunately, is to always be petty. So I could see why Martha would not want to do the thing. I would be on her side.
I think in delaying giving it to her sent message, but in the end she was like, all right, I'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think I would have just given it to her just because I would feel bad. And be
Yeah.
like, this poor woman's not only married to a terrible person, but has like crippling migraines. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I want to know what
Especially
tonic she was
coming from
giving her
your
though.
Yeah, like if that was you and you were just like, my migraines.
Or so
would-
she's like, I just need the tonic, and she's like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what she was giving her. I was curious the whole time. I was like, what is this tonic?
Yeah.
Can I find some?
Can I make some of this? What herbs do I need to find to make this?
Okay.
I will
this
say
is-
though that was it the last question? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask one more.
Right,
I
go
will say
ahead.
after reading this, I definitely got way more interested in like traditional or like medicine from, you know, before Western medicine, and like modern medicine was a big thing, or came into play. So I've definitely been like researching, you know, what people used for hundreds of years to solve our ailments that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What root
Um,
did people chew on to help
yeah,
them and stuff?
Yeah, there's natural
ex-
remedies that are
exactly. So I've definitely been more interested in that and been researching that lately, and I don't know, it's super interesting. So that got me really inspired reading about all that.
Did you say that you had another question that's not here that you
No.
wanted to ask? Okay.
Not a question, just that was a statement.
Final, after talking about this, has anyone's ratings changed?
Maybe I
Or
go
are
down
they
to
higher?
4.5 because, you know, I guess you guys are right about the end, but
yeah, I would stay around a 4.5.
I still like feel like I get the anger though so much that I'm like, you know, it might have been random, but I feel like it was justified. I don't know. Not that I would do that myself, but you know. Okay. Anyone else? Move on to show and tell. Oh, are you
All right.
messaging me?
Yeah, I was putting it in general that we were done with the book club stuff. Yeah, I don't know if anyone extra will join because of that message,
Okay.
but we can chat for a little bit before moving on.
Also, if you join the Secret Santa thread in Discord, um look out if you're the person you gave a gift to doesn't know who gifted it to them, because this happened to me. I got a beautiful Barnes and Noble package and a nice little message, but it didn't say who it was from, so I don't actually know who it's from.
It's a
So
secret. It's secret
it's a
Santa.
very secret Santa. It's like the most secret Santa. So if anyone was my secret Santa, let me know so I could thank you properly. Okay.
Yeah, I
Guess we can
think me, who was it?
You guys had like a
Scroll back
little
up.
thurple going.
Yeah,
Thurple.
me, Marlene, and Kelsey, I think, had like a little Secret Santa interaction between the three of us. So it's like we took our gifts and like moved them to the left.
That's funny. Okay. Well, people will join if we can move on.
Alrighty. First quilt.
All right, if you guys are in this chat and you want to talk about your quilt, just speak up. And yeah,
I love
if
this
not,
one
I'll
so
just-
much.
Oh, Molly is. It looks like Molly is in this. If you want to say something, Molly.
This looks like possibly snow and doe skin, I think, from Kona.
Doe skin. Oh, I thought you were like saying it looked like doe skin.
Oh no. Oh yes,
I was like,
the
I don't
new
know what that
deadline
is, but
yes, the new deadline is this upcoming Monday, since we pushed it a week, for sharing on
Yes.
Instagram for the grand prize.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's Essex linen, even better. Hopefully,
There's still time, Diana, if you wanna post yours. In
there is. I might have your quilt in this already. Your name looks like it was recently familiar in my brain. Diana. So yeah, anyways,
Okay.
the people that did these two-tone ones, I hope that you didn't hate the pattern as much as I might have with the piecing of the same colors together. Because I'm looking at that strip piecing part, and that would have made me probably lose my mind if I were making it.
Yeah, remember when we discussed this?
Yeah.
This was a big topic of discussion before we were like, well, technically you can make it two-tone, but there's gonna be some weird piecing. I don't even remember in week 1 we were saying that. This was the
Yeah.
weird piecing. So you're basically piecing 2 of the same color together. So yeah, that was
Yeah.
one thing we were like, should we even say it's two-tone? But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it can be pieced a different way. You can eliminate the strip piecing. It's just, it would have increased, I think, the fabric requirements and would have introduced a whole new section of cutting for that one specific layout. So
Yeah,
it was
we
just
were
easier to
not
leave
gonna
it the
do
way it
that.
was. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it turned out beautiful.
it did. It did turn out beautiful.
Ooh, I like this one. This one looks like it was a Terra
A kit
kit.
from Tara.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I love
was.
these colors.
Mm.
I'm glad it went together quickly because I actually found a stash of like flannel with like a little polar bears and penguins in the background that matched the
Oh,
light
cute.
blue. So I'm pretty excited to gift this to someone.
Oh, it's gonna be
Yeah.
so cute. Flannel's like the perfect baby quilt packing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like these colors. I like it's one thing seeing the mock-up, but like seeing it come together in real life with the real
Yeah,
colors off screen, I think makes it look so much better. How do you plan on
yeah,
quilting it?
looks great.
Oh, I already did.
Oh,
I probably could have sent that in. I
no, it's
posted
fine.
it on Instagram, but I just I thought I was like, oh my God, it would look so cool if I do like each of the petals as like a line on my machine at home. And then when I was done, I realized like I literally just did a grid. Like just like didn't think
Oh,
about
I've
it till
done that
Yeah.
before.
so
I have done that before.
it looks good. So I mean, yeah, it looked good. And then I just
Okay.
with the scrap pieces, I did the binding to be the 2 blue colors.
Nice.
Okay, I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
it looks so nice. Are you still looking at it?
Oh no, I found the tag on. It looks good.
Oh, the
Okay,
quilting.
hold on. Yeah, the quilting looks good. It actually, you can't. Oh, that's a reel. I gotta wait till the end. Okay, it's longer than I expected. Okay, the backing is very cute.
Yeah, I think if I was quilting this at home, I would probably end up doing a grid.
Yeah,
Or
it looks good, but it's a diagonal grid, so it looks, I don't know, it looks really nice.
yeah, I mean, even if it was like, do I have the ability to do straight lines? No. Even if it was like grid like this in between, and then possibly like
Yeah,
one up two.
yeah, that's what you did.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like that
looks
would look
really
really
good.
good. Oh,
I did that
clear.
too. It just made sense. It just seemed to be like logical
Yeah.
to put it that way.
Yeah.
Like I have mine quilted here, but it just,
Yeah.
I don't know, it was like, it kind of just made sense to do that. It just was like,
That's super cute.
Yeah, it stabilizes those pieces too, so it's good.
and it's not too much. It was like relatively easy to do, especially
Yeah.
the big.
I actually love like like far apart quilting on baby quilts a lot.
Yeah.
Like it just
Yeah,
looks so cozy.
I typically will look at whatever the farthest away is that I can get away with the batting and go with that. Because I don't want to
It's
quilt
like
it.
10 inches.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a little less than that. But yeah. I think this one's so cute.
Yeah, I love this one.
Brown
is
and
Catherine
pink
in this?
is always such good combo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pink and like brownie rust color. So good. We love your quilts. We're sorry that you can't talk because you're
Yeah,
at
we
work,
love
but we love your quilt.
Yeah, turned out great.
And your cat. I had to include this picture because how could I not?
Of course.
This was a progress shot. Do you have yours worked on a little bit more, Natalie? Are you still in progress right now?
I'm actually sewing on it right this minute.
Yeah, I
You
like
know,
these.
I had the week off for Thanksgiving, and instead of working on this quilt like I wanted to, my wife was like, "Hey, let's go through the closet in your sewing room."
I have stuff to do though.
And I was like, "Ugh," which ended up taking
But
like
why?
3 full days. And so it's like, thank you. That was very kind of you to help me go through that. So
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's
Okay,
turning
but
out
I
great.
love how these little bears are like all in a circle, like they're chatting about something. Like they're
Yeah.
around a
Yeah.
fire.
Those
I'm
colors are great, and mine has the same bears but in a different colorway.
Oh, what colorway did you
Oh.
go for?
It's like the dark blue background
Oh, okay, the
with
thunder.
black. Yeah, maybe.
I don't
Yeah.
know, something like
I
that.
don't know. So, but mine is
Cute.
the like the outer color and the inner square is the bears.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So the
So
on
they ended
this
up
one, the
getting
solid teal
cut
and the
off a lot.
solid. Yeah.
that's how
Yeah,
I
with the
originally
little
wanted it to be, but
Yeah.
after seeing what was it where you did the square and a squares? I
Yeah.
was like, I want my square and a square to be my print.
the bear.
And so
Yeah.
I switched,
Yeah.
which meant, which is also another delay, I ran out of bears.
Oh.
So I had to order more.
No.
Mm.
And they're
I'm
not
glad you
here
were
yet.
I'm glad you were still able to
Oh.
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mix of that
Super
with the
cute.
scaredy cats, very cute.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm
And I
excited
hear
to
they're
see how
glow
this
in the
turns out.
dark, but I haven't seen that yet.
Oh,
Mhm. Yeah, from that
I actually
Halloween
didn't know
collection.
that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Cute.
you get it finished up, you'll have to post a picture of it in Discord.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
It's just taking its time. Well, I decided to go for the throw,
okay.
so I'm like,
Oh,
It's the
okay.
square and the squares. Yeah.
yeah.
They take a
Yeah.
bit.
But
It's
the
busy.
payoff is so nice though, so it's okay.
Well, I hope so. We'll see. Hopefully, crossing my fingers.
Yeah.
This is Shanda's. I don't know if
Yeah,
she's
Shanda.
in here. No. But I don't know. I think I
I
have
love
a
this
crush on
one.
this like rusty brown color recently.
I'm here.
Oh, you are? Oh, there we are. Yeah, I think I have a crush on this
Yeah, I
rusty
also
brown.
love the green background too. I want to do something with the green background now. This is like inspiring me to use this as a background color.
Aw.
I think
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the background of the Cascade Bloom quilt that I made. It's like similar color.
Okay, I had this. We took this picture in my attic, and then on my quilt rack, there's my, I think it's Divergence quilt is like almost exactly the same colors. So
Oh, really?
it has pink in it, but like the greens and the browns. It's like,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, it's such a good
I
combination.
mean,
though.
the amount of
That
times I
with
use the same colors, it's
I really like the way it worked out having the backgrounds be all the same and not have it be checkerboard. It
Mhm.
looks totally different than some of the other ones, but it's super cool.
Yeah, I think this was
yeah, there's a lot
my
of
favorite.
variations.
My
I didn't
favorite
even
variation.
realize that, but I love that. Like, I was like, what's different? But yeah, that's awesome. Pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my favorite variation out of all of them is where the background is the same throughout all the blocks. Because it creates like this lattice effect with the little flowers slash bows slash buttons, whatever you look at them as.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nice.
I know it was hard to decide like what was the final way that we were gonna write it because I had like all these different variations mocked up and I was like, but which one do I go with? They all look so good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and snowflakes. I mean, snowflakes I feel like goes
Yeah.
along with the not the name theme, but the winter theme that came along with
Yeah.
this round of Toad Circle. So yeah, the snowflake for sure. I could see that. How do you plan on getting this one quilted or quilting it yourself?
Oh no, I only do like baby quilts. I don't know. Taking suggestions. For the back, I have that bookish print that's like the moths reading books.
Mm.
Mm.
I can drop it in here. Let's see.
There's also some like I think Tawny Book Creative has this new when it's on a new line, but it's new to her shop. It's like this PNW inspired wildlife or like animal
Yeah.
collection,
It's
nature,
a birch.
and it's
It's
like
a
these
birch
colors.
fabrics one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like the exact colors. Be really cute.
It's a lawn cotton, so it's a little bit more flowy. So yeah, it is. I'm just now realizing, yeah, it is a perfect match for your quilt top. So if you're looking for a backing,
yeah,
a new backing.
Already.
Yeah, I feel like I tried to find for the cover. I tried to find something that was like wintry, but not too wintry because I didn't want it to be like too on the nose with like snowflakes or whatever. And I think it was called like cable knit something. It looked like a sweater.
It looks good. Oh, I have it here. Hold on, let me turn off my well, I'll show it at the end.
Your galaxy.
I don't want
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would go with. Something that's like wintry, but not too wintry. But good luck finding what that is, because it took me a long time to find something. This is the opposite of the cover, where the pink is on the outside instead of the green. I like this one. I feel like had it not already been written and released this way, the cover way, I think I would have done it this way. But the dark on the outside makes it feel like a dark quilt, and then like in this one, the pink on the outside makes it feel like a light quilt. So even though there's the same amount of colors,
the same amount of
yeah, there's just something about it being on the border like that makes it feel like it is more of it. I guess technically there are more blocks of it because they're cut in half, so they appear more. But yeah, it looks so nice. Oh, that was interesting. This one feels like the cover, just like in slightly different tones. Like the
It's
green
like
is
a
more
cooler
green.
version.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what I had in my closet.
It's so
How
pretty.
interesting.
I like it. I like it a
Yeah,
lot.
I was trying to make it like kind of Christmassy, but not too Christmassy.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was Taylor's way of going about choosing the colors. Christmassy, but not too Christmassy.
Yep.
I
Exactly
think it
what I
works.
said.
It's the pink insteed of red, and then like the inclusion of a cool tone green that makes it feel like Christmas-esque, but not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Yeah, I like those
That's
colors a
nice.
lot.
How are you gonna
I
quilt
always
yours?
have like a ton of evergreen for some reason. Or not. Is it spruce or evergreen? I'm having like mind block right now.
It's
It looks kinda
evergreen
like
with
spruce.
garden fern, I think.
Yeah, it is garden fern.
Mm.
And
But
evergreen, yeah.
yeah, it's like I said evergreen, but then I was
I'm
like,
pretty
wait,
sure
is
it's
it?
evergreen.
I think me too. That was like my first instinct.
It's not
And I, like-
Zambia stone.
Spruce is lighter.
Oh
No.
yeah, spruce is lighter. This is spruce.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
it's
Yeah,
evergreen. Yeah.
that's spruce. Yeah, how do you plan on quilting yours?
I think I'm just gonna grit it, but I need to actually do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Get the
Yeah,
motivation to do it.
you're very pregnant, right?
I'm very pregnant, and I was like, oh, I'll get it done. And then I was like, I just finished like basting and like doing another like quilt, and I was like, I just don't want to be on the floor anymore, and like don't want to
yeah.
Oh,
be wrestling even a baby quilt through the sewing machine. So I was like, oh, I'll get it done
no.
for Christmas, like
When
in
it-
case the baby's early. And then I was like, no, it's fine.
Next year's Christmas.
Yeah, when do
present.
you do officially?
January 14th, but
Okay.
my daughter was 3.5 weeks early, so I'm basically
Mm.
like
You're
from
due
next
right now.
So
week
you're like
on,
expecting a Christmas baby?
yeah. She keeps telling me that the baby's birthday is going to be Christmas, and that freaks me out because I feel like little kids have like weird premonitions and stuff. So I like don't want a Christmas baby, but I'm terrified that I'm going to have a Christmas baby. So
That's so funny. Yeah.
you don't get to pick,
It's just
so
like secretly know stuff that we don't know.
no, I feel like they still have like weird connections to like things.
You could do like
Yeah.
they did back in the olden times and just be like, oh, my baby was born on March 3rd.
Yeah, just make it up.
Claim
honestly.
it and make
Yeah.
it.
Except now they like there's legal documentation.
Oh.
I
I mean,
mean,
like with her, I went into labor on Labor Day, which is like the cheesiest thing ever. So like it's just par for the course.
That's so funny.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
if you're-
hopefully it's in January. I
Yeah.
don't know
Well,
what's
actually,
worse, a
no, because
December
my
baby,
insurance
a December
resets and I already hit
birthday.
my deductible.
Oh,
So
Oh yeah.
so you're like
It'd actually
kind of
be
hoping
great.
it's this year.
It'd actually be great if
Yeah.
it was this year, but like after Christmas.
Maybe it'll be like December 29th, my friend's birthday.
Yeah.
So
Then it's basically the birthday of Christmas and New Year's combined.
Yeah. But then you'd never have
Yeah.
school
That is true.
like as a kid. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
I guess. I don't know. I just saw something that was like December birthday, like on the cake. It was like, congratulations, here's your birthday cake. No one cares about it. Here's your December baby. Or something like that. It's like but
Yeah. If you're still wanting to quilt it yourself and you have a kitchen island,
Mm-hmm.
you can baste it on your island. I did that a
Yeah,
lot.
my desk is like one of the ones that like goes up and down, so I could like put it
Yeah.
up, but it's just like
Just
I'm
yeah,
like
if you
don't have the mental capacity to like take my sewing machine off of it.
Someone
Yeah.
in the quilting subreddit actually posted the bed size cascade bloom today and was asking how to baste it. They were like, what do I do?
good luck.
So I could send that link in the Discord if you want to see, but people in the comments were loving the pattern.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wait, is this on Reddit? Reddit scares
Yeah.
me. I never go on
Yeah.
because
I'll
I
send the
like
link.
I'm
I
afraid
think
I'm gonna
you'll
see someone like talking crap about me and I'm not gonna know, and then there's just gonna be like a giant thread about it that I never knew about.
No, this is good. They loved it.
It's like a weird fear that I have. I don't know. It's like a mystery where they love your Reddit on Reddit. Or maybe I should get on Reddit more. So,
Maybe save it for when you're having a like real bad day. Just be like, I need someone to like pump me up.
yeah.
All right, I'll send it in the Toad and So patterns.
Okay, cool. I love this one too.
Yeah, I like the subtle differences between this like purpley pink and this like warm pink,
Yeah.
the backgrounds. This also,
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to tell because the image is a little blurry.
yeah. These colors kind of feel like Terra colors too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's something that she would put together if she did not make this quilt kit.
Hmm.
It is nice. I like the subtle differences between the backgrounds. So it's like they're different, but like there's enough interest in it to feel like there's depth between the two blocks. And then of course, Secret Pickle.
Secret pickle.
Ooh, a Christmassy one.
Oh, this is really pretty. I feel like this would be like a, I guess it probably can't be. I wonder if it could be a tree skirt. Like, okay, if you hear me out, if you just cut a slit halfway.
Yeah. Yeah, people they usually do that. Like they'll cut it like this. Ooh, and then like they get up to the middle and like maybe do like a circle or something.
Yeah, and then it would just be like a square drape around it. Would it be big enough though? I don't know how big the baby quilt is.
You could even
it-
take
Well, I know how big it is, but like,
the corner pieces off, not include them, and like
and then it's
then
it's
what would
it's
that
like
be?
oh, like an octagon.
Octagon?
It's not an
yeah,
octagon,
an
but
octagon.
no. Oh,
Yeah,
Hexagon?
4 + 4.
Yeah, it's an octagon.
hexagon? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cute.
Yeah, and then you just split up
We're
one
just out
side
here
and
encouraging you to slice and dice
slice
your.
it.
We're just like, yeah, you should cut this off. It looks great.
Yeah. I mean, it's cute the way
No,
it
I mean that's for
is.
anyone. Yeah.
But if you want to cut up your quilt, just the only thing I would say is if you're going to do that, and you know where you're going to cut, before you cut, do like a stitch on either side of where that line will be. That way those pieces hold together. And then go through and bind it after.
Yeah, I feel like you
Or
could. I
quilt
feel
the
like
whole
you could
thing and
cut
then-
like the whole. How do I do
But yeah,
this?
doing like a stitch line on either side and then cutting right up the middle.
Would it make sense to quilt it first and then
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
And then
just
you're
in case like
saying,
you're quilting.
reinforce the sides with an extra
Yeah.
stitch. Gotcha.
When I've
Yeah.
made quilted coats, that's what I've done. Quilt it first and then like basting stitch before you cut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, unless you do like really, really dense quilting, then it wouldn't matter. Because then those pieces would be stabilized by your quilting. But if we're doing like the grid and everything, they definitely would not be stable throughout all of these little pieces in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's very cute. It's a very good use of speckled in this one spot. I feel like that adds a lot to it in the little petals.
Yeah. Yeah, like the subtle prints. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice neutral. This is also the
Classic.
same background.
Black, white, and gray.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, I like the same background throughout the blocks. Just looks so nice.
Yeah.
I
And of
had
course you can't go
the
wrong with the
I
black
had
and
the
white.
same problem everybody else did with being an eighth of an inch too small after I made the square and squares, but they really came together fine. I didn't have any problem like stretching it just a little to get it
Yeah.
to line up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when
they
you're
look great. You would
combining
have
those
you would never
pieces.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you
Yeah,
go
it's
to
hard for
combine those
me, like
pieces,
when
it's
they're
like these points right here, I think, are just the most important thing, and then everything else, it doesn't matter.
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, I mean you can't even tell.
Yeah, I mean, it
A
looks
square and
great.
a square weird like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a frustrating little block because you can't really do much with it. It just is the way it is,
Mm.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you did great. Here we are.
Thanks.
You have a finished quilt. And you didn't give up. That's a lot. That says a lot because people, it's very easy to give up and move on to the next project.
Mm.
What were these solids? What line is this?
It's art gallery. So it's like caviar and snow. And then I was thinking it was ash, but actually it's mystic gray and galactic gray on the lighter ones. And then with the caviar, it's moonstone.
Mm.
That's really pretty.
And thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Are you
want
gonna
it's for a baby and they wanted black and gray. So I thought, okay, black and gray.
Okay.
Are you gonna use white thread to quilt it?
I'm gonna be lazy and I already gave it to my long arm quilter.
Okay.
I'm doing like it's for my son's friend. And my son wants to do the furry backing and I don't feel comfortable yet sewing or quilting the furry backing stuff. So
Yeah.
I gave it to her even though it's tiny.
Yeah. It slides around a lot when
Yeah.
you go to quilt it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much send all my quotes to long arms now because just don't like quilting anymore. No, some things I do. Some things I do. But it's rare these days.
Yeah.
What
Every time I base though, after I'm done, I'm like, oh, that wasn't that bad. I don't know why I'm so dramatic every time.
are you going with a like baby centric panto for this, or is it going to be more like wintry theme or just
Um,
neutral?
I I have this problem where I can't decide things. Like I have to overanalyze everything. So my long arm gal sends me 5 or 6 that she thinks will look good, and so I haven't seen yet my choices
Oh, okay.
because I can't. But she did ask. It's for little boy, so she'll probably send me some that have like a little boy because she takes like a picture of the quilt and puts the panto right on top of it and then sends it to me so I can
Oh,
see it. And so I'll see.
wow, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get some good options. If you get some good options and you want to share, I feel like a lot of people in Discord would be happy with any type of suggestions. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah, there's a comment right now in chat asking for suggestions on Pantos. So there you go.
Yeah. I honestly haven't looked at the Pantone gallery in a long time. I need to see what's new and exciting.
Yeah, I feel like I don't finish my quilts a lot. I make a lot of quilt tops and then I throw them into a pile. So every time I go to actually need to finish one, seeing the list of pantos or like gallery of panto options, I feel like it's always so fun to pick them. I'm like, there's so many new
Yeah, I'm like,
ones that I
oh,
haven't seen since the last time.
yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know these existed. So fun.
Ooh, is this
This is
this
the
the same?
same kit, I think, as oh, it's so overwhelming.
Mhm. It's
Here's
the tarot one.
yes.
I feel like unless I included it twice. This.
No, I think it's
Yeah.
two different. I think
It looks like that.
Yeah,
It's
I
nice.
missed it. Yeah,
Wait, what?
nothing.
Um,
Cute pup though.
yeah. Yeah, I just keep looking at those like strip piecing things. I keep wanting to say I'm sorry. The double strips. But it's okay. It turned out perfect and yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, once you quilt it, you'll never know. It was just probably annoying to do it then.
Yeah. Oh, this is yours. Your little sparkly one.
Well, now it's done
Mm-hmm.
too.
And
I love
bound.
this one.
My gosh.
Yeah, it's all completely done.
Yeah, it's funny because I made it for a friend that just had a baby and they were like, oh, blues, light blues and sages and whatever. But I actually made that garden glow. I have it.
Oh yeah, the scrappy one.
Crappy garden glow. So that was my original plan. But when I made it, I love this one. Like, but I was like, this isn't right for the friend that I was like, I made it, but then I was
Yeah.
like, this isn't the right quilt for them. So then like this was like the top was done. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm giving them this one. So now like this one's done and this one's not because I decided to hand quilt this one. So I'm now hand.
That one is probably one of my favorite variations of my patterns that I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
it was.
Like,
I didn't know if it was going to work.
it's
I
so
just used
beautiful.
all fabric that I had already, and like just like batched it into like this is dark green, this is blue, this is whatever. And I think it turned out well. It's kind of there's points that are trippy because some blend into each other. But anyways,
Yeah.
But this one is like great, and it's for like the Ezra who was born like a few days ago, so it's perfect
Oh.
timing. But
The fact that you got a quilt done in time
I got
for
like almost two. This one, eventually I'll find a baby for it, but
I was just like with my friend's baby that's now 8 months old. She's like, yeah, where's my baby quilt? And I was like, maybe for its first year.
fine. You got lots of time. Anyways, they don't need them till they're like, I think toddler quilts. We should normalize toddler quilts. I think that's like
That's why
Yeah.
I like to make my baby quilts bigger when I'm doing sizing, because I'm like really small babies. Like, what do you have? You can only use it for the first like year or two, unless it becomes
But
like the baby blanket that they
they're
take
great for
everywhere.
strollers.
It's
They're
like a crib
really,
size.
they're really great for
Yeah.
strollers. This is like when I would use it for the most because it's like
Oh,
perfect for
true.
draping over a stroller. But yeah, if you're actually talking about for a bed, like a toddler size, like this one, you could do like one more row of
Yeah.
blocks. It would be great. Anyways, it's great. I love it. It turned out well. The backing
Yeah.
is so fun.
Or
Like these
tummy
little,
time,
like,
I guess too.
starry, no, sunny, but it gives me the same feeling because it has that like little. Anyways,
Yeah.
it was great.
That's
But yeah,
cute.
now I just need to label it
I'm
and
doing all of it.
do it. But yeah,
Send
it
it
was
on
great.
its way.
I love the baby quilt option. If you want to do that again,
Option.
that's
Yeah. If you want-
just like
Just like
very
subtle hinting, like if you
manageable.
want
Just
I mean, I feel like a baby option in the fourth quarter in the winter time, like
Yeah,
right before
especially for the
Christmas,
shorter one,
that's
yeah.
a good one. Yeah.
But even then, like
Well,
if there's a
honestly,
quilt like this one, like you could say, even if you don't make another option, you could say you could make less blocks, like this many less blocks, and then do it
Yeah.
as a small, like because this one, it's not like the pattern was written differently. Like I wouldn't write the
yeah.
pattern, but
Exactly.
if
The
it's like
pattern doesn't have to be written. Yeah.
right, as long as the pattern's like the same and it just like make 4 instead of 10 or whatever it is, then that I think is a great way to like even if it's an unofficial mod, because it's like sometimes just more manageable. But
Wait, question.
and I
Did you,
feel like
is this the first time you've, is this the first time you've stuck with the pattern too?
yes, because I was in the cheater club, so I had to. But the last 2 times, yeah, I had the Pharaoh and the lemon blossom, I did
Yeah.
totally different. I actually have the Pharaoh. I'm still hand quilting that one too. The lemon blossom I finished and gave away, but it looks. I totally did a totally different pattern of that one.
Yeah, I remember you changed everything around.
But yeah, that's well, I don't know now if I like being in the cheater club or if I like my own. Maybe I'll have to alternate. Like I should go back and forth between the two. But it was good for this one because it did motivate me to get it done, I think. Because I like it was that thing. Anyways, it was great.
Yeah, Cheater Club is good. It doesn't get you the pattern faster, but you know what it looks like.
Yeah,
So
but I also did
context
kind of
clues
step
help you
ahead a
put it
little bit
together
because I
faster.
figured out at some point in the last step, I'm like, I know what's coming, so I'm going to start doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
But
it
that
helps
was-
out if you know what it looks like, because then you're
Well,
like,
it took me a
oh,
while to figure it out. I was like, what do I do with these people? Oh, okay.
yeah.
It was great. Yeah, such a fun
Yeah.
one.
Cool.
Ooh, another black and white one.
Oh, this one's so
really
fun.
like
This is
two-tone
like
ones.
this is like
It looks
reminds
like
me of
tile floor.
Jess Rash.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
this
true.
is the kit from By and By.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And that's more of a pink. It's hard. It doesn't come across very well. So it's like pink and black.
Mhm.
And you'll see that I must have done
Oh,
something
you
wrong
didn't
when I was
do it.
cutting. I did
Oh,
something wrong when
yeah.
I was cutting, but they sent enough fabric that I was able to just substitute those bigger pieces instead of sewing together.
The strip piecing. Yeah, see, that's
Yeah,
what
when
it would have
I
been.
did the strip piecing, and it was
That's what it would have been like.
it was like a quarter of an eighth inch. I mean, like an eighth inch too narrow or something. I don't know. It was something weird that I was like, I'm not going to be happy if this is all wrong. So there was just
Yeah.
enough fabric to just sub it,
the
and
extra
I
bit,
so I
yeah.
did that, and it
Is
saved me a lot
that
of time.
Kona lingerie, the pinky? What is
Let me
that?
see if I have it written down here.
It's really pretty.
It doesn't say. I could look in my order history, but it was the By and By pattern. I mean,
That's art gallery if it's by and by.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking Potter's clay maybe.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Potter's clay, especially like up in the right corner. It looks very Potter's clay up there.
Oh
I
yeah.
just saw the colors and I said, "Oh, this is cute."
It is.
Were you part of the Cheaters Club or?
Me? No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we should put like a little, I guess it doesn't matter, but it'd be fun to like put like a tag if they were in the Cheaters Club on the show. Because I'm always just so curious to see like, I don't know who's in it.
Like what quilts come out of mystery versus what quilts come out of
Yeah,
Cheater
I
Club.
guess I did change everyone's tag in Discord to call them out in the Cheaters Club.
Yeah.
So can no longer be a secret cheater.
This one,
Oh, that's
Oh,
fun.
I think they
is there a new one? I feel like
there's a new one, I think. Wait, no. Hold on. Oh, Chanda, that backing is so I'm obsessed. I remember you posting that now. I need that.
I don't know if I found another
Okay, I was
version.
mixing up Marika. It was
Oh, yeah,
also
yours.
Scrappy. She posted.
Yeah. Yours is like a scrappy version of the cover almost. But yeah, this one I feel like I'm not brave enough to go with fun colors, and mine are always like millennial gray versions of quilts. So when I see this, I'm like, how do people like commit to fun colors? How, like do you get
I
to
don't
a
know.
point in your making process where you like you just love it even more and it makes you want to keep doing it? Because I think I'm just so scared that I'm gonna hate it. Like I'm gonna
Because I
hate
can't
the
see
way
what
that
it's gonna look like.
yeah. Because like a mock-up is one thing, but like it in real life looks always so much better.
Yeah, I think this
So
looks really cool.
yeah, that pink and yellow right next to each other is just it's so nice. And then the light pink inside of the yellow. Yeah. I feel like I'm always going to be boring. So the really fun, scrappy, and bright quilts, I'm not as strong as everyone else. All right, that was the last one in here. And I'm also very scared to pull up Discord. So if you want to pull up Discord and show the missing ones.
Can I show mine real quick? Because I finished
Yeah.
it while
Yeah.
we were doing this, and it's just
Yes.
so let me
Oh,
turn on
wow.
my camera. Here we go. Which is the camera?
Oh, okay, that's the one. Yeah, I was just about to post that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like totally scrappy. They're all different. I just used fabric that I had. I ended up, the bears got cut off, but they still turned out cute. So it was really fun to do totally scrappy, and I was like, I don't know how it's gonna turn out.
So cool.
But
Yeah.
it worked out. So
Can I share
yeah.
mine too?
And I
Yeah.
only
Yeah, go
bought
for it.
Share mine.
I ended up short like a yard of one of the teals something, and so I only bought a yard of fabric. I mean, I have to buy backing obviously,
Nice.
but
Amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks so nice.
I respect the people that really go for figuring out the scrappiness, because I can't even figure that out in my brain to write a pattern for that. And then you guys just go for it. It's amazing. I'm like, I don't even, my brain cannot work in that way.
Everything I do is scrappy, so I think I've
Okay.
trained my
Okay,
brain
so
for a
your
while.
brain's like set. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Got it.
set to scrappy mode.
Set to scrappy. Awesome.
Carrie, did you want to show yours?
Yeah, how do I?
I think you had it flipped for a second and then you
Okay.
flipped it back around.
Why are you staring at me? You don't want to stare at me.
There we go.
Because I
Oh
can't-
wow!
Whoa! I think I remember
Those
making a
colors
mock-up
are
of this.
so
and I was
good.
So
like,
I flipped the inside of mine.
wow.
Love it.
I'm
Yeah.
obsessed.
That's really cool.
So
Yeah,
cool.
so it's really retro funky.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a
Retro
backing for
funky.
it?
I like that.
Yeah, my backing is
That's awesome.
You have to post that in
Ooh,
the.
it's gonna be so good.
my back.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I've been
That
obsessed with
could
for-
not be better.
So yeah, I'm
for
happy.
real.
I've never done on point sewing before, so that was a lesson learned, but I'm
Yeah.
happy with it. Well, yeah,
it looks
don't
really, really
pull
good.
too much,
Your
otherwise you
colors,
stretch
everything.
it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned out great. I love that.
thanks.
Yeah.
I like that the centers look like little buttons too. Like
Right.
not the flowery parts, but like the actual centers look like little buttons.
Little buttons. Yeah. Well, I
Mhm.
play with it both ways, and I was like, I kind of like it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you made a good choice.
Oh, great
I
job.
can't wait to see
Thanks.
what it looks like when it's finished. Like
Yeah, me
quilted and
too.
everything.
Amazing.
Anyone else here have quilts to share? If not, that's okay.
I'm living vicariously because my pile of fabrics never even got cut into. So,
Oh.
and then I saw the final design. I'm like, oh, nope. Now I want to go completely scrappy. So it's like, I still want to go back and make it out of my woven scraps. And I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just
and
not brave enough to attempt it scrappy. Like, I know that I would overthink it. I would end up hating the fact that I even bought these fabrics in the first place and they ended up in my scraps. Yeah, it would be a stressful moment for me. So kudos to everyone else that can do that and not hate quilting altogether by the end of it.
yeah, I actually think our next one's like very scrap friendly. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure. Don't quote me on that. Quote me on that.
I mean, it's as scrap friendly as
more scrap
this
friendly
one
than
was,
this one.
but yeah, I feel like
I'm like it's more.
oh, it is.
No,
I
it's more
think
because there's yeah.
it is if you will wait to choose your fabrics until the cutting. Which I feel like I always recommend for anyone that wants to use scraps. Wait to buy anything, wait to pick out fabrics and everything until you see the cutting instructions so you can understand like if all of like for this one, like all of color 1 includes these cuts, then you know exactly what you need to pull from your scraps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the next one's going to look very cute, Scrappy.
Elephant in the room. I have a question. Can we host? Can we like have a get together during QuiltCon?
Yeah,
Another
we did
one.
last year.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll do that
Yeah,
again
that
this
was too
year.
far away.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's too far. It was too far away from me. Yes, we will plan that. Last year we did. I feel like Phoenix will be easier. Raleigh was weird
There
with
wasn't much
like, I
around
don't know,
the convention
there
center.
wasn't much around, like walkable distance was an issue, but I think Phoenix will be easier. Like it'll be more open and there'll be bigger spaces.
I
So
actually
we'll
just
start
moved
figuring
from
that out
Phoenix
now.
2 years ago.
What?
Moved from Phoenix?
Well, no, I'm from Wisconsin and I moved back home and now
Okay.
I wonder why, because it's cold, but I was in Phoenix for 17 years, so I just moved home from Phoenix. And I'm bummed
That's a
because I wouldn't be
big
there right now.
temperature.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
big
like
temperature
it's 2 degrees right now.
difference.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's
Yeah.
this one like pub place that I can't remember the name of it. I'd have to look around a little bit, but it is near the convention center. It's walkable. It's like,
Okay.
I don't know, maybe 5 blocks. And it has like what do you throw? The bean bags, but
Oh,
cornhole.
yeah.
Oh,
And
corn.
it has like a boxing ring, which whatever, and pool tables, and then it has like
We're gonna
almost
box
like
each other.
well, I don't know. Anyways,
think-
it has like almost like food trucks in the middle,
Mm.
but it's
Okay.
not food trucks. It's like 2 kitchens back to back in like shipping containers.
Oh,
And
Can you
So
send that
funky, cool.
suggestion?
the deuce.
Yeah.
Thank
The
you.
Mhm.
deuce. Okay, yeah, we'll
It's
we gotta
big.
write that down somewhere.
I just
Yeah.
feel like that could be a good place.
Yeah. Last year we picked a place that was like kind of like that, but it was packed. Like there was nowhere to sit. It was like it was overstimulating how many people were in this building. And yeah, it was I
How we
don't
were
know.
like
So
fighting
this
for
place
seats
sounds
after
better than
people
that.
stood up.
Well, I don't know if the
We were
Deuce is
fighting
like
for
a busy,
seats.
busy place or not, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we could ask the people who are local, but it was a fun place.
Do you know like which day it would be on?
No, so we'll do a poll, I think.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
Saturday. I feel like Saturday would be the day that most people will be there.
That was the day I
feel
was
like
planning to go. I've never gone before, and I have family who lives in the area, so it's like free place to stay, which is nice.
Yeah, I think Friday is
Yeah.
when a lot of people show up, and so trying to do something on that day might not be the best. And it's always going to have to be later after the classes end. So it's not going to be like a lunchtime thing. So it'll be like after the convention closes for the day.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be completely after all the classes because I think some of the classes go till like 8 or 9 o'clock, but it'll be.
Yeah, not that late. No, we'll just have to figure out
Yeah,
like if
no.
anyone here is having classes at that time and like figure out the best day and time. But
Or
I
like
think it'll
me
probably
teaching a
be
class, I need
Saturday.
to figure out. Yeah.
I think all of yours
Sorry,
end at
like-
like 12.
Oh, that's amazing.
You're 9 to 12, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll make like a chat just about that, people going closer to QuiltCon.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Okay, we got a lot still to go. I mean, we gotta do gifts.
Yeah, Secret Santa stuff.
I mean, right at this point, I don't know how many people are still. Oh, there's still 50.
I've
Okay.
already opened mine. So
Me too. I really wanted to wait, but then I just also wanted to open it. So
I've got to use my little scissors as I sewed a little bit. And I feel like it was so nice to receive these because the little scissors I had didn't meet at the tip anymore because they were so old. So I was like trying to cut things with the tip and I could never get it.
oh my God.
Yeah, I got 2 little books. Oh, that's a card.
Nice.
2 little books. I've seen this movie. I've never read this book. And this has been on my wish list for a while.
I got a cookbook that I've already made stuff from. I got
Could one of you,
the
whoever is involved, could you stop doing this screen share?
Oh, me.
Thank you.
oh my god.
Galaxy
I
book.
got a yeah, I got a Galaxy book. I got the Half Baked Harvest new book by Tegan. Which I immediately was like, oh my god, I want to make everything in this. And then I went on Amazon and looked at the reviews, and people were really like harsh about the reviews of this cookbook. And I was
Oh.
I was just like really kind of shocked to read it because I was like, I want to make everything in here. And I go on there and it was like totally uninspiring. I was like, what?
Not for me.
And I don't know, I think she does get like she gets a lot of backlash because she's like, I would consider maybe more like influencer-esque rather than like chef, you know? And a lot of people, the book is called Quick and Cozy. So it's recipe book for quick and cozy recipes. And everyone's like, all these recipes are so unhealthy. They all have like cheese in them and milk and stuff, or like a lot of dairy and fats and stuff. And I was like, well, when I think of quick and cozy, I don't necessarily think healthy. So maybe you're purchasing the wrong
Yeah.
cookbook. So, but I made
Which,
the
I mean, you
ramen
can
in here
always
amazing.
you can use alternatives to that. Like it doesn't have to be like
That's what I'm saying. People are just so angry about it. And I was shocked. I was shocked to see it. But
well, I'm glad you
anyways,
like your gift.
look at all the bookmarks. I already have so many things bookmarked. Oh my gosh, I can't. Hold on. I gotta turn this off. My house is like a mess.
Oh.
I'm excited.
Are they truly quick?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. All of her recipes are kind of like, I don't know. I downloaded a recipe the other day and it was I made homemade stromboli. Don't ask why. I just really wanted to make stromboli. And every single bullet point, there was like 20 bullet points. It was like several paragraphs long, and I was just so annoyed. I was like, how you like, and then this is refreshing because every recipe is like 3 or 4 bullet points. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's like coming from a pattern writer's like background of like knowing not to over fluff the bullet points because people when to cut it down, like get straight to the point, and that was just like not. So this is like refreshing from that. I was like, I need to rewrite this recipe and like get rid of like 90% of everything in it. But anyways.
Yeah.
All right, who's up?
Anyone else want to share
Anyone
their
else want to?
secret Santa?
I can go. Yeah, I immediately opened mine because, well, I didn't even think to wait. But so it came wrapped in a fat quarter, which I think is cool.
It's so cute.
Oh, cute.
And it's a book
I thought about that.
been on my list.
I love that book.
I haven't read it.
Oh,
but
I
it's
love
been on
that
my
book.
list
It's
for a
good.
while.
Oh, that was from me.
Oh, okay.
For
I
Sheila,
texted
not
you or I
Sarah.
messaged you. I'm like, are you the Sheila that sent me this? Yes.
Oh, I did not see the message. But yeah, that was me. And I totally stole the fat quarter idea from the person who sent me my gift. I literally left it folded up the way she had it, and then I just put your book in it and then sent it.
No, it totally works. And these are my favorite like needles to like big stitch bind with. The long clover sashiko, like big eye, like I don't know. I just love a big needle, even though the vet pulled one out of the side of my dog once this year. That was fun.
Oh my gosh.
It was in there for months because it's like this is a needle I hadn't used since like February, and it was May. And I was like, this is a hard thing on the side of her. I don't know what it is.
Oh my gosh.
What, did it just go
and
like through the skin?
It was like right underneath the skin, like long ways. Like I kept
my
feeling
gosh.
this hard thing on her side.
Like if you
just like sliding it
yeah,
up
if you know
into
like
the
with
skin.
the birth control, like the neck split on, that's what I'm
Yeah.
imagining.
Yeah,
Like the
kind
one
of.
that's in the arm.
We thought it was like her floating rib or something. Like I don't know.
Oh,
And then one
wow.
day I'm like petting her and the end of it's like sharp. And I look closer and it's like, oh, oh crap, that's a needle. So yeah, the vet pulled it out. It was one of my long, like, well, I haven't used that in months, so it's been there a while. And then also some magnetic bookmarks, which, I mean, I lose bookmarks like it's nobody's business, so I'm very happy to have more.
That's good. I like the fat quarter idea. That's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I thought about that.
Does anyone else have
Okay,
gifts
well,
they
if no
want to
one,
share? Even if you don't want to turn your camera on and you just want to talk about it.
I'll talk about mine.
oh,
I got
think-
I got the book Circe by Madeline Miller, which
oh,
she wrote
nice.
Song of Achilles, which I loved, and I somehow haven't read this one, even though it's like an angry woman story, which I love. And then I also got the berry
Angry. The
I got
what?
the Berry Pickers by Amanda Peters,
Oh,
which
Oh yeah.
I
That
don't
was a
know a lot
Lemon
about, but
Blossom.
I've
both of those
heard.
have been on. Both of those have been on a so long like book pick.
Oh,
vote.
really?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, and
Circe was
neither of
part
them
of
gotten it.
Arte and Berry
Arte,
Pickers was
yeah.
part of Lemon Blossom.
Oh, awesome. I put them
Mhm.
on my wish list because I've been wanting to read both of them, but I love that they're on theme too.
Yeah.
I saw
Natalie,
a
did you
corner
get
of a walk.
walk?
I did. I
Nice.
got walk
I
and I love it. Well, I can't quite figure out how to do what I'm doing. Anyways, I love it. And I've already like I've done some marking up of a quilt that I made a long time ago that I didn't like the quilting that I did. So I have been ripping out the quilting and rewalking it. And that's
Nice.
been fun.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's
The quilting was
an
not
endeavor.
good. The tension, I was using this really old
Okay.
long arm that I had, and it had really bad, like it didn't have a stitch regulator. So if you went too fast, your stitches would be like too long.
Yeah.
Not really that long, but like they were longer. And so it's been very easy to rip out, which isn't the whole
Okay.
point of.
You had me worried there for a second. I was like,
Yeah, I know. You just are like, that lady's cray. But
Yeah, I think I would have ended up making a whole new quilt and been like, this is the quilt I'm
Yeah.
going to use my book on.
yeah. Strangely, that's not really, I don't know. It just really doesn't look great. So I'm glad to take it out.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's nice that you have a little direction for it now with the book. So
Yeah,
be good. A
An
good redeeming
inspiration.
quilt.
I know. I'm really excited to finish it up, and see, that was another side quest during this project. That's part of why I'm not on track.
It happens, you know.
Side
But you'll end
quest.
up with an organized closet, a finished quilt, and a newly quilted quilt. So
Well, I mean, that one was in the UFO pile for over a year because I was like, I hadn't bound it and I wasn't very pleased with the quilting. So I thought, oh, look, I got this. I opened it because it was from, Amazon. And I thought it was just my stuff, but nope, it was my secret
Santa.
Santa. And I don't know who my secret Santa was, but I'm really grateful for them. And I also got a marking pencil.
To go with
A
it.
chalk pencil.
Oh, to go with it? Wow, that's so nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very thoughtful.
Very. I love it. And I'm trying to remember who I had, and I think it was somebody named Megan from Illinois, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like it's
I don't
always
know
really
who mine
hard
was
to
either, so
to include your name, especially if you're like just ordering something that doesn't have like a gift note option, I guess. Like you
Yeah, that
never
was
know.
hard. I was kind of like, oh, I would love
Yeah.
to thank my person, but I had Megan Theobald. I don't know who that is, but picked out a couple of books from her
Yeah,
wish
I
list.
was going to like order something online, but then I was like, I want to actually send like a note and stuff and like some other cute things that I had. So I was like, I guess I'll just go to the bookstore. But then I had one of the books on hand already that's been like lightly used. So I just actually had every single one of her books in my library. I was like, what? But then I was like, I kind of want some of them. So I just had one used and then I bought one new because I hadn't read The Woman yet, which was on her list. So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
It's so good.
Yeah, I really wanted to include a note too, but I also I don't have very many local bookstores to shop from because I'm in a pretty rural area. So I would have had to order it from
Yeah.
some place online anyhow. So I
Yeah.
just ordered it and then had it shipped to my recipient.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well then.
Okay. All right. And if no one else wants to share, you can put it in the Discord channel, but I just want to make sure we get to the last couple things because now it's getting late for the East Coast people. There's only a couple more things. Upcoming events. A pillow pattern.
Yeah, the reminder that this is at the end of the pattern. It's added on after the very last page of the quilt pattern, and it makes a 18-inch throw pillow cover, an envelope back cover. So it just kind of extends the petals to the edge essentially to make it look like a little bow.
Yeah, it looks
So a
like
little gift wrap
like a
bow.
present wrapped up. Yeah.
Here's this.
Kind of looks like Santa's belt a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
kind of.
Also, if you did like red with white, yeah, that would look like
And
Santa's
then like
belt.
a little gold. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cute. Yeah, I planned this sewing, which I haven't really talked about, so it might, if people, aren't available, maybe, let me see, potentially move to, well, the next Saturday, but, which is like the weekend before Christmas, or Sunday, I don't know. I planned this Saturday, but if no one can make it, we can change the date and do a little poll. But every year I love making these little fabric star ornaments or no sew. All you need is an iron and like 2.5-inch strips. So they're really easy to do and probably just gonna hang out and do like a little tutorial. Honestly, I follow a YouTube tutorial, so I'm probably just gonna like send you guys that so you can watch with me. And then just prep, I'll send you like what to prep. I think just a bunch of like 2.5-inch strips. Need to figure out the exact size of them, but if you just have like leftover binding, this would be a good way to use that. Anything like that. So yeah. I think they're 2.5-inch strips. Don't start cutting fabric yet. I need to.
Yeah.
I'll double check
the
tomorrow.
video link. The video link is in the Discord event for this.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
if you look
Cool.
at the description, it's linked in there if you want to go check it out and see what's needed. But yeah, that's the project video that we will be following. But you also don't have to make these. You can just come hang out or work on something else.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought this would be like a fun Christmassy type of event that, but yeah. And then upcoming new schedule for 2025. for the next until January 21st. Not really much going on. I'm gonna try to like do a sew-in or something, probably early January. And yeah, that's kind of it. It's called the Wildflower Falls, and then it is a guest designer. So oh yeah, and here's some clues. Scrappy feel. I did say earlier it could potentially be probably scrappy. I mean, full scrap, pre-cut friendly, traditional blocks, and guest designer, block based. So if it's block based, then maybe we can do a baby. We'll see. Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like even if
If it's
you
back
like,
order friendly, yeah.
yeah, it's written as third yard. So you need
Okay.
exactly the 12 inches that make up a third of a yard. But that means that it can go up to being a half yard friendly thing. So if you find a half yard bundle that you like, then it works for this. And then you'll have a little bit of the fabric from each one to create your scrappy binding, since it's extra. But yeah, the colors in here are the colors of the cover. So it's a purpley cover quilt.
It's very different from my colors, but it's very fitting for the guest designer. So that's a little clue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the guest designer loves these colors. I'm excited for it. I think that everyone is going to like it. I think it's gonna be cute. And with it being like a classic type of design, I feel like it's gonna be well loved by everyone. It's not gonna be like a thing that some people hate, some people, I think. It'll be nice. Do not forget that we have long arm discounts available to you guys. They're all listed in, they're technically in your portal. There's a link in your portal that will take you to the webpage that has it all. But in addition to long arming discounts, there's other stuff down there. But if you need someone to help you finish your quilt, then you can always send it off to them. Or if you're like too pregnant to get down on the ground and baste it yourself, you always send it off. And then the period of time that you need to enter your quilt for the grand prize has been extended. So instead of it ending Monday, we still haven't picked someone, we haven't announced it because it has been extended. So you still have time. It'll be last call on Monday. And then we'll choose someone.
Yeah.
And then we'll choose someone after that. But they'll get free quilting from Trace Creek Quilting. And that includes the quilting, the batting, and the return shipping. If it is international winner, then it does not include the return shipping, but it includes quilting and batting.
Pretty good prize.
Mm-hmm.
So, Vicky, I don't know if she's still on this, but I would definitely submit your quilt for the grand prize because, yeah.
And
I guess
then
it's. Never
what?
I was saying we never really clarified for baby and throw, but since we haven't, all sizes are fine.
Yeah, for the grand prize winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free quilting for any of the sizes. A reminder that there are button-up quilt kits still available. I completely forgot to put in buy and buys, but Full Moon Tara has all of these available, and I am almost positive that. Let me do a quick Google search for buy and buy because I'm pretty sure she still has some too.
couldn't find them when I was trying to find what color that pink was.
Yeah, I guess she probably sold through them all and didn't
But
restock.
the Folkwell's there.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're in the mood for a different quilt, Folkwell is over at shopbyandbuy.com. But yeah, Tara at Full Moon still has the button-up ones if you're wanting to tackle a new one after finishing it. And then if you want to tackle a new one and you don't want to do a quilt kit, the Cheater Club is available for everyone in Discord right now. And that includes the link for the Quilt Inc. mockup website for the actual view of the quilt. So that link and that password is in the Cheater Club channel. If you want to play around. Do you have anything else that you want to add, Taylor? Because this is the last slide.
Oh, I don't think so. When does the guest designer get announced? The first week?
We are
The
going
first
to
day?
do, no, we're gonna do a little guessing type thing for it. So we'll put like a little hint on who it could be on Instagram, and then everyone can go and put their guesses in the comments, and then we'll announce who the winner is or who the guest designer is the week before signups. So technically 2 weeks before the start of the sew along.
Good to know. I definitely thought it was like the week before or the week of signups, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's what we have done in the past is announce it like the week before. So
okay,
possibly like the Wednesday or Thursday before signups start, and then signups will last a week for anyone who is new here and does not remember the process from last time. Signups will happen for a week, and then they will close the day of the start of the sew along. Oh, you're muted now.
I think you're muted.
Thank you. Which level do you have to be in order to join the Cheater Club? Is it all, or is it just the
top? It's the top, the
Okay.
toaster tier.
That's what I was thinking. So I was just like, I think I'm ready to join that, because then I won't be like so mysteriously choosing fabrics. And maybe that's cheat. It is cheating. It's cheating. That's fair.
Yeah.
Why it's called the
I think-
kingdom. Yeah.
I feel like this
And
next
how-
one is pretty easy to choose fabrics for. So
Okay.
if you're on the fence
Yes.
of like whether or not you want to do a Cheater Club or not, I think try to hold off until the presentation that talks about choosing fabrics, and then make your decision after that, because I feel like that gives a lot of clarity of like how easy or hard it may be. I feel like this one's going to be easy.
Is there a time
Yes.
to change my level?
Yeah, I think.
Because I would have thought that I would have
You
to do
can
that
always
during
change.
enrollment, or can I always change once
Yeah,
I'm
you can
in?
always change it. What you go into your
You can
account
always-
settings in your not in the portal, but like in your actual account settings, and there's
Right.
like a membership button in there,
Okay,
and that'll let you go through and change, cancel, all of that.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I just would definitely wait until the next, so you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. We'll see you guys Saturday if you can show up, or whatever date we all agree on for a January sew-in. Because we'll have a lot of
Yeah,
downtime in January after the holidays. So after you've
True.
exhausted yourself with your family and gifting and all of that, you can come take a breather in a Toad Circle sew along.
Yep. All right, one last thing is, I guess I might be doing an end of the year survey. Haven't made it yet or anything, but I like to do an end of the year survey just to get ideas and try to improve Toad Circle for you guys. So keep an eye on that in the next, I don't know
Couple
when,
weeks.
but maybe a couple weeks, yeah. So I might just reuse the same one from last year and see if anything's changed. So
Yeah, it'll
alrighty,
go out in
well,
an email, so everyone should get a little ping for it.
yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. This was fun. And have a good night.
Goodbye.
Guess I can end it.